All right, let's talk about what happens with TJ Dillashaw and Henry Cejudo. Last fight, as you all know, Henry Cejudo knocked him out in about, what was it, like 33 seconds or something like that. He knocked him down 3 times in that fight. Everyone's saying it was stopped early, but I think we all know if that fight goes any longer, it's just going to continue. TJ was pretty out of it. Now, I mean, people have fought back from worse than that in the past, but Henry just swarmed him. There was no way he was letting him up. I don't feel like there was any way he was losing that fight after he had TJ in that position. And that's, that's just my personal opinion. Now, who knows if that fight would have went on 3-4 minutes longer into the second round. It might have been a different story. TJ would have had time to recover. We all know he's a killer. So he could have definitely got the job done. It's just not something I feel like would have happened. Now let's talk about the next fight between them. I do feel like TJ deserves a rematch. That fight, any fight that ends like that, when you know it's a trained killer in there, and it would have been a fantastic fight to watch had they went on and had TJ not got caught in the middle of that, or in the beginning of that first round rather. So I do feel like TJ deserves a rematch. He's not going to get it at flyweight. It's definitely going to be at bantamweight if that happens. Or Henry deserves that. He deserves to have a shot at being champ. It's just the way the game goes. TJ understands that though. He's in every interview. He's kind of giving Henry his props, but also shitting on him as well, saying he would have kicked his ass had it went on longer. I don't truly believe that, but that's great that he has that mindset that he's going to go in there and not let that last fight affect him. And I don't think he will. TJ's not that kind of fighter. He's a very cerebral fighter. He fights in the moment, and he does well with that. That's how he wins. That's how he's a champion at bantamweight. So yeah, I do think the rematch happens. However, I really don't think it's going to be the same story. I do feel like Henry Cejudo is on the rise right now. He's doing a lot of things right. He's asking out one of the Bella twins. He's talking all this shit on social media. He's amping himself up, and he truly is trying to keep the flyweight division alive, and I commend him for that. A lot of people respect him for it, myself included. So it's something that I like to see. We haven't really saw that with flyweights. As you all know, Demetrius Johnson, he was one of the best champions ever. I still think he's one of the best pound for pound fighters in the universe, but he just didn't have that showmanship ability, I guess you would say. It's all about entertainment these days. These fighters are starting to learn that. I mean, look at Marlon Moraes last fight he had, or what was that, last Saturday. He was even talking shit and calling people out, and he's never been that type of person. He's always been pretty quiet. Actually, I don't remember any memorable post-fight interview from him. So that was good to see. It's funny to watch. We all know, well, hopefully the fighters know that there's no real hostility most of the time. Most of the time these guys are just hyping the fight up. I mean, it's just something that has to happen these days. It's part of the show. They just got the ESPN contract, so it's going to be something that is going to stick around for a while. Conor McGregor brought in that era, and it's going to stick. It brought millions of people to the sport. It did a lot for the sport. We'll just put it that way. So Henry Cejudo's playing the right cards here. He's doing, I feel like, what he should do. When he talks, he sounds very intelligent. He's very good with his words. He knows how to talk shit to people. I do feel like there is some true, not bad blood between Henry and TJ, but after that first fight, TJ is just not going to, they're not going to be out having a beer together. We'll put it like that. So when it comes to this next fight, and I do think it will happen rather. I think it's going to happen at 135. The belt's going to be on the line, of course. It's going to be an amazing fight to watch. I'll definitely pay for it. I know millions of other people will. I hope millions, because believe it or not, a lot of people do want the flyweights to stick around. It's a very interesting division to watch. They're so fast and quick with their movements. You can't see that at heavyweight, light heavyweight, middleweight, whatever the case is. Now, there's some natural killers at middleweight, but flyweights are just very interesting to watch. They're so technical with their movements. They're probably one of the most athletic divisions in the UFC, but long story short, I want him to stick around. So I want this next fight to go well between TJ and Henry. I do think it'll go into the second round, hopefully third, fourth, fifth. Hopefully we get to see a great fight, and it's not just a 30-second knockout again. Now, as far as predictions for the fight, when it happens at 135, I think TJ is going to pull it out. I love watching Henry fight. I love watching TJ fight. I'm not really a huge fan of either of them. I'm a fan of them, but I don't follow them like I follow McGregor or John Jones or whoever, Renato Moicano, Zabit Magomed-Shapirov. I don't keep up with what they're doing like that. Israel Adesanya, I could go on, but it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be great for the fans. I think they'll both gain a lot of fans through this next fight as well. There's going to be a lot of hype around it. The storyline is there. So I think the UFC is going to capitalize on that. And I'm excited to see it. But back into the predictions, I think TJ is going to win. If I had to guess, it would probably be third round stoppage, TKO by, let's say, a head kick starts it, and then he jumps him, and it's a flurry till the ref stops it. But yeah, and I mean, that's even that. I'm kind of going back and forth because I kind of think Henry's going to win as well, because he's been doing a lot of things right. He was a monster before that last fight. If you all saw him, he was stacked, man, and TJ was cutting that weight, so it was a hard cut. So we're going to get to see TJ at his natural weight. I can't say 135 is his natural weight because he still cuts to get there, but we're going to get to see him in his domain where he's used to fighting. And I think that's going to play a large part in it as well. TJ is going to be more nourished. He's going to have more energy. He's going to be stronger, more powerful. So I do think it's going to go his way, but it's going to be a great fight. I think neither of these fighters is going to go out, not go out on their swords, so to speak. So I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see what happens with the lightweight division afterwards. I think if they have a good showing this time, even though it's at bantamweight at 135, I think Dana's probably going to give the lightweight division another couple of events anyway to kind of see how it goes and what comes of this rematch between TJ and Henry. So I'm looking forward to it. I know a lot of other people are. Let's just hope that it's not a 30-second knockout again, because I don't think that can do anything but bad things for the lightweight division and kind of their future in the UFC. So that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to kind of tune in on that and touch base on the TJ and Henry stuff. There's been a lot of talk about it. They've been hyping up the next fight between them, so I'm excited to see it. I hope you all are too. Let me know who you think's going to win. Is TJ going to take it? Is Henry going to beat TJ twice and take or become champ at lightweight and bantamweight? Let me know what you think in the comments. Guys, I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.